Right, so let us understand what are the different terms we are going to talk today. And these are the four terms we are going to have discussion on. What are they? Let me zoom in. Right. So in case some of you are watching this session onto the mobile phone, what I request you, you please rotate your mobile onto the horizontal mode, right? Make it on horizontal mode so that the screen gets enlarged and you can have the better view of the presentation, isn't it? So you can able to see the content clearly. There are four important terms now. The first one is non-conformity. Then second one is correction. Third is corrective action. Fourth one is preventive action. I do not know whether you have heard about these terms earlier or not, but these terms are going to be a very important terms when you start working in the pharmaceutical industry. Any industry, that is, doesn't matter if, which industry you want to work for, but these are always going to be part of your progress or part of your work. What is the non-conformity? Conformity means what? You are going to confirm the result is as expected. Suppose you want to reach to the college by what is the college timing, by the way? Maybe morning 8:30 or 8 a.m. Let us say 8:30 a.m. is your college time. And if you reached on the time or before 5 minutes of the college time, you are confirmed. You achieved what you supposed to be done. You reached college before time. That is the conformity. But sometimes what happens because of some reasons, known, unknown reasons, you could not able to reach the college on time. You reached at maybe 9 a.m. And this is called as a non-conformity, right? This is called as the non-conformity. So what is a non-conformity definition? Don't get worried about the definition part, isn't it? Because understanding the concept is very important, right? Isn't it? So non-fulfillment of a specified requirement. In this case, what is this requirement now? 8:30 a.m. is the college time and you must be within the college before 8:30 a.m. This is the specified requirement. But on some day, you could not able to fulfill this requirement. You reached at college at maybe 9 or 10 a.m. And this is called as the non-fulfillment of a specified college requirement. And then you occurred with the non-conformity. I hope you understand the non-conformity. Now, the second important, and in terms of pharmaceutical industry, you can think about you're supposed to complete the granulation process, but your granulator has stopped working. You're supposed to conduct the blending. You are in the process of blending, but because of some issues, your blender stopped working. That is a non-conformity. Now, what is the correction means what? Suppose you have in any operations, it means activities, and there comes a non-conformity that is not fulfilling the specified need. So, would you like to correct that non-conformity first? Isn't it? So, eliminating this non-conformity, eliminating the non-conformity is called as the correction. Suppose, let me tell you one example. You must be having your journals for practicals, right? You prepare the journals for practicals. And you have conducted an experiment. Let us say simple pH measurement. What is that pH measurement? And during the recording the data, the observed pH onto the pH meter was maybe 8.5. But inadvertently, by mistake, you recorded pH 6.5. Is it a non-conformity now? The observed pH on the meter is 8.5, but you recorded the pH 6.5. You might not have seen the display correctly, or for some reasons you have recorded 6.5. This is the non-conformity, not following the specific requirement. Requirement is what? Whatever displayed onto the pH meter, you should record into the journal. So how you are going to correct this non-conformity? You are going to cut the 6.5 value. Maybe you can write again 8.5. So this is called as the correction. Action taken to correct the non-conformity. So what action taken you now? You have taken the action of maybe transaction errors. This is the non-conformity. And you now corrected the pH value with 8.5, the correct value. This is the correction you did. This is the correction you did. Now, sometimes corrections are possible, sometimes corrections may not be possible. Now, in this example, oh, you thought, oh, correction is always possible. No. Suppose you come today late. Can you correct that non-conformity now? Now the event has already passed. You cannot rewind the time, go into the past, and again come to the college exactly at 8:30 a.m. So correction may not be always the choice, but whenever there is a chance for correcting, you could also correct that. And the correction is nothing but the action taken to eliminate or correct the non-conformity. The pH value was wrong, so you corrected that. So it is always the immediate action. The correction is always going to be immediate action. And I think we'll also take some of the examples onto it. And here is the first example. Let us say you have a fever, isn't it? You have a fever. Now the cold and cough is going very high. There is a rise in patient seen, and you have the fever now. So what you do generally as an immediate action, as a corrections, what you do? You get a fever, you are at the college now, or maybe you are at home in the evening, and you know that, oh, what I can do if I get the fever? Maybe sometimes you can take some immediate medicines, maybe a paracetamol tablets. Hmm? What is immediate action you are going to take? You may be going to take the paracetamol tablet to just have the relief from the fever for small amount of time. Maybe for at least this night, I will have the peaceful sleep, and then I will think about what next can be done. Am I right? You are going to do this only. If you don't have any another options, if you need a immediate relief from the fever, you are going to take a paracetamol tablet. But have you addressed the root cause of the fever? Now, what is the reason for the fever? You do not know. You haven't yet conducted investigation, isn't it? Of course, for this case, doctor should conduct the investigation or the clinical should conduct the investigation. But it is not been done so far. But have you conducted the investigation? Have you identified the root cause? Have you addressed the root cause? You haven't addressed the root cause. Just taking a paracetamol is not addressing a root cause. Paracetamol was taken just to eliminate that fever from right now. At least I will get some relief from the fever. This is a temporary solutions I have. So what I must do now to mitigate or address this fever, and that is where the second term comes into the picture. We talked about corrections now. The paracetamol tablet was corrections, but you don't want to the fever to get continued for the next day and the day after. And how to address that fever? This is explained in the second term that is called as a corrective action. Now, when the fever can be addressed, just by taking medicines, can I address the fever? Understand. To address the fever, what I must understand, what is the reason behind this fever? Then I can take the appropriate medications. What is the root cause behind the fever? You know the root cause term? Root cause means what is the reason behind the cause? What is the cause of the root? Isn't it? What is the cause of the root? Why I have the fever? That reason I must understand. And once I understand that reason, then I know where to address and what to stop. And exact action taken to eliminate that root cause behind the observed non-conformity or the fever is called as the corrective action. What is that called as? That action is called as the corrective action. So here is the definition now. Action taken to eliminate the root cause behind detected non-conformity. Action taken to eliminate. And what I want to eliminate, by the way, I want to eliminate the reason behind this fever. I want to eliminate the root cause behind the fever. And whatever actions I take in eliminating this reason behind the fever, all those actions will be called as the corrective actions. Those all actions will be called as the corrective actions. Let us move on now. So, what is the root cause for the fever? What is the root cause for the fever? Yeah, think into your mind and let me know. Okay, no worries. So there could be different root causes, and unless and until you visit the clinic, you show up in the clinic, that cannot be identified. So you are going to visit a clinic and conduct a test according to the doctor's suggestions, isn't it? And then the root cause identified in this particular case is what? The infections because of maybe the food, right? You had a food somewhere outside, and because of that, infection took place, and now the reaction of that infection is the fever. You identified the root cause. Infection has caused me the fever. Now, what is your point? What is your action now? To eliminate this cause, to eliminate this reason, I need to cure the infection. I need to remove the infection from the body. Otherwise, how come the fever will get cured, isn't it? Unless and until I eliminate this infection, my fever is not going to get removed off. So what I'm going to do as a part of the infection removal process, I can take the antibiotics as prescribed by the doctors. Oh, this is the antibiotic if I take, the infection can certainly get eliminated or minimized. Understand that I got a fever because of this bad food. I need to follow some hygienes also, right? I'm going to follow the hygiene. I'm not going to eat outside anymore, isn't it? Because of that, the fever has got produced. And I'm also going to avoid the junk foods. So these are the actions. If I take or if you take, then those actions will be categorized as the corrective actions. Because all these actions can help me in eliminating the root cause behind the today's non-conformity, that is the fever. Infection from the food has become the root cause for the fever. And I need to eliminate this all root causes as much as possible. I hope you understand the corrective actions. And then the next important step is something called as the preventive actions. Now tell me, is the infection is the only reason for the fever? Are there any another reasons because of which you can also cause a fever? Then you will have the list of at least 5 to 10 different root causes that can also cause the fever. Identify those potential root causes. Identify those possible root causes which can also cause some non-conformities. Would you like to control those non-conformities? Would you like to eliminate those non-conformities also? So that the fever will never be your challenge. You will never have the fever in the life. So whatever actions you generally take, that you are going to take to eliminate all those potential possible non-conformities, that action is called as the preventive action. You are going to prevent. You are not going to make them happen into your life for any reason. So the preventive action is what about? Identifying those future possibilities because of which the fever can be caught. And you don't want to get a fever for any reason now. And how is it possible? It is only possible if you are going to eliminate those all potential non-conformities. What is the meaning of the potential word? Someone say you have potential of a great musician. You have potential of athletic. You have potential of becoming the good teacher. Means you can become that. That is a future possibility. Potential means the future possibility. In this case, if you don't take precautions now, what is the future possibility of the fever? And those possibilities, those root causes needs to be identified. And you need to work upon those root causes. So I know that this, if I don't take care of this root cause, I can have the fever. So how many of these are the non potentials? Sorry, what are the potential non-conformities for getting the fever in the future? And they are these non-conformities. Okay, in case if you have a dengue, you are going to have the fever. So do you follow the good cleaning processes? What is your hygienic systems? How, what water you drink? Do you use mosquito repellent? Do you clean the water body surrounding your living areas? Now, all these are going to help you from having the dengue. So, this is called as the preventive action. You did not have the dengue as of now, but you learned that, okay, if I have the dengue, I can have the fever. So, dengue is the potential threat. Dengue is the possible threat that can cause me a fever. And I don't want to have a fever for any time. So, I'm going to work on to this mosquitoes removal from my areas. And that is called as the preventive action. The second potential reason could be a corona. So have I taken the proper precautions? Am I using the mask? That may not be relevant, but I think I heard about there is a new what you called corona virus coming in some of the Maharashtra and the Kerala. So what precautions you are going to take so that you will be away from this corona disease? That is the preventive action. You did not have the corona so far, but you also don't want to have it in the future. And whatever actions you are going to take, those actions can be classified as the preventive actions. Maybe contamination from the water can also make you a fever. So these are the all potential root causes. These are all the possible sources of getting you fever, and you are going to avoid them by taking some actions. And then those actions will be classified as the preventive actions. I hope you understand the difference between corrections, corrective actions, and the preventive actions. Right. So thank you so much. I think this is what I thought of presenting in today's call. But in case if there are any questions you have, I will be happy to answer your questions. So please